敵を殲滅する。
Hey guys, Masin Power here, and today I brought a new video. This one is building a new Gundam. This one is the Heavyarms Gundam from the Gundam Wing series. While I show you how the figures, the unboxing of this figure, I wanna add something else first. As you can see now, I'm going to try to make the videos in just one language, but just one language talking. The other language I will add subtitles. For example, right now I will add subtitles to Spanish, and I will be narrating in English. And for a second figure that I want to build, I will change the language. Spanish will be talk and English will be in subtitles. So please let me know if you like this idea, or if you want the old format that I use both language while I was commenting the video. So as you can see, I show you how the Gundam figure, what a Gundam figure contains, that all the parts that you need to put together in order to make this Gundam. And I'm going to be honest, this one was one that I was waiting for a long time ago. I've been trying to get this Heavyarms Gundam for a while. Actually, I was trying to get the Kai version or custom version. Because if you know Gundam Wing, you will remember that there is a OVA or movie that is Endless Waltz, where they present an upgraded version of those Gundams. But I also wanted the original Heavyarms Gundam. Usually I go to a store and I contact the store on Facebook, and he always gets all my Gundams. But when I try to get this one, they're always sold out really quick, so I have to wait. Luckily, this time I contacted the seller at the moment that he had new figures. I said, hey, ignore everyone, bring, I wanna buy the Heavyarms Gundam. And he was like, okay, no problem. And after a couple of days, the figure arrived and we are building it. So starting with the figure, I usually start with following the manual, making the body part first, and that's the part that I'm working right now, the chest part. You can see that I'm gathering all the materials while I try to put it together. Right now I have like a good amount, including the part for the arms and also the part for the back, but still I need a lot of work to do. So I was telling about this figure. I'm a big fan of the Gundam series, especially the Wing saga. The Heavyarms Gundam is my favorite because all the weapons that because it's a living arsenal. He has a Gatling Gun, missile launchers, a lot of missile launchers, another minigun in his chest. Like, man, this guy is really prepared for war. So right now you can see that I am almost finished making the chest part. That part that I showed there was the minigun on the chest. So I think I should probably need to do this part like a little bit slower, like the part when I show the body, how it's get it done. But like I mentioned, making these Gundams usually takes like a couple of hours. When I start making these ones, they take like 4 hours to make. I was really noob making these figures, but with some practice, and if you remember, my last Gundam was on Master Grade, and this Heavyarms Gundam is on high grade, so it's a little bit it doesn't need a lot of work to get the figure done. I think I spent like maybe 2 hours, no, 3 hours, almost 3 hours, a little bit less. But that's just because I have a little accident that took a lot of time to build this figure. At the moment, I'm almost finishing with the body part. The last part that I need to make is the compartments for the minigun that is on the chest. So you will see that I'm adding some stickers because all these Gundam figures have the stickers that are a pain in the butt to put, but with the help of the needle I can put it really easily. But let me show you. Now just give me 1 second because I'm seeing like, oh man, adding these parts are like real complicated. The stickers I meant, but right now you will see that that has a compartment or a little doors that can open so the Gundam can shoot the minigun. Look right there. So anyway, that was the chest part. Now I'm going, if I remember correctly, I'm going to start with the head part. That's a little bit complicated because all the parts for the head they are really small. So I'm right now making that part up. So anyways, about well, as you know, the Gundams has different grades. High grade is the standard one, the one that is the smaller one. It doesn't require a lot of pieces to join together. That's pretty good. The master grade was from Master Asia, if you remember the last figure, the Master Gundam. I'm thinking of getting a real great figure. I think that will be the next one. Because I want to show the difference between the figures besides price, because they have more details. Each figure or each grade has more details to work with. If you're wondering about this figure has a cost of it's 700 pesos, Mexican pesos, but in dollars should be like around $30 to $35 approximately. I spent a little bit more because I wanted to send this figure real fast, because if not I have to wait a little bit, a couple of days more. After that I almost finishing with the head, going back to the figure, and there you go. I have the chest and the head. Usually with these figures, as I mentioned on previous videos, the chest and the head are the chest is, or the body is the easiest part. The head requires a little bit of work, but it was more of the work putting some stickers. Right now I make a little detour on the video. I'm showing you that I have already one shoulder ready, and I'm going to work with the arm. So right now I'm gathering on the parts. On the arm side, I take a little bit more of time, but not too much, just like because I make a mistake and I have to do it over again. And the interesting part here is that the Heavyarms Gundam has a knife on the arm, so that knife can be moved, and there you can see my handsome face. As I mentioned before, I like to focus more on the figure, how to make the figure. From what I'm seeing right now, I need to work a little bit better on the camera angle, because as you can see, well, maybe you can see the difference, but right now I'm using a new cell phone to record that part, and I love the quality that I'm watching right now, but I need to focus like another camera, like close to the figure, so you can see how I'm joining the parts, and that's very important. So there you go. I'm almost finishing one of the arms, but that has the knife. I just need to put it with the shoulder, and I'm almost ready. And there you go. We have the first arm with the shoulder. The next part, I'm going to show the shoulder. As you can see on the left side of the screen, there is a little shoulder left alone. So I'm going to join that part, and I'm going to skip ahead the part of the arm, of the second arm. Like now, you don't need to see that because you already see it. And also to save some time for the video. See, I'm showing the arm right now, and now I'm making the second one. So you can see that I'm grabbing all the parts. My family, you can see shadows of my family, like, oh, how are you going, son? And I'm explaining, oh mom, I have to do this and that. Following all the steps. So, oh man, usually, well, I was talking with my girlfriend and she always mentioned that I was talking with my girlfriend about some missing parts. Usually these Gundams have additional parts to work with. I have an accident with one part later, I will show you. And my girlfriend said from the figures that she bought, she always had the right amount of pieces. With the Gundams, I always have spare parts, then that's good. So, well, I'm going ahead of my time, so let's keep going with the shoulders. If you remember the anime, the Heavyarms Gundam, like I mentioned, it's a living arsenal. It has on the shoulders has a compartment, a little part where shoots missiles. So I have to make like a little hatch to join that I'm doing right now, and you put it like that, and there you go. You can open that part to make a hatch works and throw missiles. I wish to have effects for missiles and all the bullets. That will be awesome with this figure. So after that, I'm going to start working on the second arm. I want to think that when I was editing, I removed that part, so in order to save time. Because if I leave the video like full armor, full building everything, it took like 3 hours, 2.5 hours. Speeding up the video will leave a total time of 35 minutes. And I think it's a little bit excessive, to be honest. So, well, no, I'm making the second arm here, so no problem. That part is unbelievable. Well, it's really fast to do. So you can see that I have the arm. I'm just making the joint parts for the shoulder, and that's it. And we can continue with the most annoying part of making a Gundam. The legs, the foot and the legs. Well, the foot not too much, but the legs. Oh man, I hate making legs for the Gundams. Even though in high grade the legs are not complicated as master grade, but oh man, they can take a lot of time and sometimes they don't fit well and you have to do all over again, and well, you know, a lot of issues. So you can see all the small pieces there. I think there is the part where I missed one. I'm pretty sure about it. Oh no, that's a part of the foot. That's pretty simple. The foot part only requires like 5 pieces in total to get it together. And that's a good point. Sorry guys, I have the Gundam right here with me and I see a little part that needs to be fixed, so I'm working on that. Meanwhile, the mashing on the video is gathered on the foot part. For example, there, in that part of the foot, I make a little mistake and I put the part, you can see it on the bottom of the screen. You see the red parts? Well, one of the gray parts there, I put it backflip. I put it upside down and I have to fix that, and I think I will do that in a bit, or maybe I'll edit it. I make the edited part. But I was like focusing like, oh yeah, making the parts, but how can you join the leg with the foot if the union part was upside down? and then I'm right there like, oh fuck, I fucked it up. I need to remove everything again. There is a elotero there, but elotero seller, but not my elotero. I will gather some elotes after this video was recorded. So anyways, I'm fixing up the Gundam. There you go, that I fixed it. If you see the foot parts on the middle, there is a little hole. That hole is the union between the leg and the foot. Here I make a terrible accident that I mentioned earlier. So usually you saw that I'm cutting the pieces with a special cutter. I have to grab the piece that I'm cutting. If I don't do that, the piece will be falling out, like they get shoot in the air. So I accidentally shoot a piece, and those there is the there you go. As you see that, well, you can see that I'm looking like, oh fuck. So looking that part took me like an hour, and I could not find it, guys. Like, oh man, I was like fucked it up. Luckily, I checked it out all on my previous Gundam figures, because like I mentioned, I have spare parts. Fortunately, I found a spare, so I can continue. As you can see, I took off my sweater because I was sweating a lot trying to look for that. But anyways, after finding the piece, I start working on the legs. I was surprised that I was going a pretty fast pace, to be honest, because I remember the Master Gundam that it took me like 2 days of work, and this one was going way too fast. I forgot also to show you the part of the missile launchers on the legs. As you can see, they have like 2 boxes on the sides of the legs. Those are missile launchers. They are just 3 pieces, well, 4 pieces. The box, the missile, and the part where they can open the hatch for the missiles, and that's it. You join it on the leg, and that's it. Lastly, the final part of the product, it's of the Gundam, it's the waist. Yeah, the waist. It was the waist for the La Cintura? Yeah, I think it's the waist. I forgot the name. I'm sorry, guys. But that's the union part to join the Gundam, the body with the legs. So right now making that all the joints are get together. This part is pretty easy. Only it has a lot of stickers. The stickers took me some time, but fortunately I skipped that in order to save a lot of time. All the stickers are good, are great to add in, but they are so small that there you are. I'm like working right now, like, oh man, with the needle, like put it like here, move it right to the right, move it to the left. No, it's not getting well. Try again. So anyways, guys, the total time of this figure, like I mentioned, it was between 2.5 hours and 3 hours. It was a great time. I was like really happy with the final product of the Gundam. First off, because the Heavyarms Gundam, it's red, white and red. Yeah, white and red and some orange. Mostly of the Gundams that I have are blue, yellow, and white. So this is like a little difference. And like I mentioned, it was one of my favorites to build. Well, my favorites to figure and character. So I hope I can get the upgraded version, the Kai version, or custom, whatever you want to call it, pretty soon. But the issue is that, oh man, that piece is really expensive. I remember going to a store that has it, and it was on $90. That on Mexican pesos, that's 1,800 pesos. 1,800 pesos. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. Well, there you can see that I have the waist. No, maybe I'm pronouncing wrong. Let me check it out because I'm like, Give me a second. While I'm working on final parts of the Gundam. Yeah, the waist. Wait, Google, help me. Yeah, the waist. Thank you, Google. So yeah, there you go. More stickers. And as you can see, the love from the Gundam figures is pretty good, guys. Couple of people are surprised in how patient am I to do this. But like I mentioned, for me, it's very relaxing. Having a figure, just working on it, that's pretty much it. So, now just give me a second because, oh man. No, I should leave it like that. I don't want to add more editing to this process. So, Following the instruction is pretty easy. The manual is pretty easy to follow. It has in numbers. It's on Japanese, but doesn't take too long. But finally I decided to, okay, it's time to join all together. So the body, the waist, the legs, well, almost because it falls. And the figure is almost done, just a couple of things missing. One is the Gatling gun, and the other is the jet, not the jetpack, the booster pack. There you saw that I was running. I usually take a couple of minutes. I record for half an hour and then stop and continue recording. So unfortunately the heavy machine gun, the Gatling gun, it's pretty easy to make. There I'm just playing with the Gundam, like, okay, stay still, like sexy. Don't worry, I will show your face to the camera pretty soon. Just hang in there. Let me put you some beauty treatment, like, oh, you should be pretty good. And there you have it. The machine gun is almost assembled. And don't worry guys, as you know, I usually put pictures of the Gundam together. I have a lot of fun because the pictures, I usually take a day of the weekend to work with the Gundam, take a lot of pictures. But on this case, I was working between the week. Each day I took a picture, a different picture of the Gundam. And I think only Friday night, before, while Omega Ace was streaming. Big shout out to Omega Ace. Great work on Donkey Kong Country 2. He was playing that game. I was lurking while taking some pictures of the Gundam. So you will see that in a bit. Also, almost to the end of the video, I was checking out from the Gundam Wing series. I have 3 Gundams: the Wing Gundam, Deadside Gundam, and Heavyarms. I'm missing 3 Gundams, but I hope I can get those soon, because it will be really awesome to have all the series Gundam together. And there you have it, I'm joining the Gundam. And guys, that's it for me, because it's almost the end of the video, but I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Mass in Power, it's out.